Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. The problem with thinking it just takes status to get women. You know, and I touched on status the other week. But look, here's the thing. Here's the problem with it. Yeah, status can get attention from women, but there's two things about it. One, a lot of men don't have status. And status, look, let's just be real with it. Most men who think it even takes status don't have any status. What status you got? You online? You got some position? You got some big position that people know about? Status means people know who you are. Status means you big man. You big man on campus. You big man in the government. You big in entertainment. How many men have that? It works. It does work, but it's only like a small percentage of men who even going to have status. So what's everybody else going to do? That's a problem. I guess they just going to sit back and not get anything. They're going to be lonely. Yet you got some guys who they moving in the shadows. They don't have any status. Yet nobody knows who they are. Yet they getting women. See, that's one thing. You only got a small thing. Is that helping you? Like, if you a guy really thinks status, okay, fine. What are you doing to get status? What are you doing? Are you getting educated? What are you doing to become the big man? I'm dead serious. And then the second thing is they still get cheated on. They still get cheated on. How many men of status, how many professionals, entertainers, pro athletes still had their women cheat on them? And there are stories. Still had, they had status, they had all that, they still got it. Now, I ain't saying anything wrong with status, but as I was saying yesterday when I was talking about money, you still gotta have more. You still gotta have more. You just can't, like, stay on that. You still got to have more. Now, if you got that, if you got some money, and if you physically attractive, okay, you can get a lot. You can get a lot. But shoot, there's some guys with status and they considered attractive still being cheated on. You still got to have the other things. I wish it was just that simple, but it's not. You still got to have other things. And see, that's the problem. You get some guys like, oh, just had a status, just had a status. Okay, so what are you doing? You talking about somebody, so you going to promote somebody else having to play? Somebody else getting a game? Somebody else had a status? What are you doing? What are you doing? And yeah, they're getting plenty. Hey, let's just be real. If a guy got status and some other things, yeah, he's going to get some attention. But that's only, like I said, that's only a small group. What are you doing to be in that small group? And even then, they still get cheated on. So how's that stopping them from being cheated on? How many guys want to be cheated on? You still got to have more. You still got to have more. Because as I always say, shoot, women, they looking at a man holistically. How many men have status, but they don't look like much to a woman? The women like whatever. And then how many men have status and you got some of those women who are playing them or using them, you know? You know, how many millionaires got status? They got money and status. Yet their wives are cheating with the pool boy. What kind of status the pool boy got? They cheating with some guy nobody heard of. Come on, seriously. And you got to get beyond that. See, that's my whole point. You can't just say, oh, it's just this. You get some guys that say, oh, it's just this, it's just this. If it was just that, how come it ain't working for them? And how come it's not working totally for many men, and then many men ain't working to get it. They got status. Shoot. In fact, you got plenty of men, they got like high status jobs, all of that. And they still having trouble. They still having trouble. I want y'all to think about that. You know, think about that. You gotta still have more. You still gotta have more. And I talked about that the other week. You still gotta talk to the woman. What if she don't like it? What if she ain't just physically attracted? You know? Those balloon pop shows I always talk about. How many of those guys had like a high status job, or, you know, they making some money or something, and the women still like, yeah. You know, seriously, you gotta go beyond that. See, one of the issues many men have is they think it's just like a one piece, or one piece is gonna get the woman. Nah, it's never that. You know, it's never that. In fact, I'm gonna talk about that in my next sit down. It's never that. I wish it'd be a lot easier if it was, but it isn't. You know? But then let's just focus just on status for a second. Okay. If you think that's the status, what are you doing to get to that status? Are you getting your education? Are you trying to become that doctor, that attorney, that CEO? Or seriously, or are you trying to get into entertainment? Like, there's a lot of guys, like, people are talking about, well, yeah, those rappers are getting some of those entertainers. And there's a lot of rappers, shoot, they working like a 9-to-5 job when they ain't rapping. Plenty of them. What status they got? It's tough. You talking like 1% of the population. 1% of the male population got any real status. So, but you got some men out there ain't doing that. And they got that, you know? And then even then, you getting some of those men being cheated on. What good was that status doing them if, you know, some other man is in their bed plowing out their woman? I want y'all to think about that, seriously. Seriously, now I ain't saying don't work it. Hey, if you're gonna work towards it, get it. Just know you gotta have more stuff to it. You gotta have more stuff. Like, I'm just being, look, and I know some dudes will get mad and stuff, but shoot, I'm just hitting you on it. And don't be sad if you don't have it. Like I said, hey, look, I want you to work. You just gotta know you gotta have more to it. You gotta have more. Yeah, I wish it was just as simple. You just had that. Nah, women looking at everything. They looking at everything about you. And I'm going to get even deeper on it in my sit down tomorrow. Because you have to really be thinking about this thing. But that's the main problem, though. If we're going to talk about just status, only a few men have it. And then even that didn't prevent women from cheating on those guys. All right? I want y'all to think about that. I want y'all to sit down and really think about that. Like, how many men really have any real status? How many men really have it? Shoot, even some men who might be on social media or something. You get hundreds of thousands of men on social media. Everybody don't know who somebody is. You know, seriously. You know, even someone like myself, I'll use myself. Yeah, I got 100,000 subs, yeah, but then there's some guys that got 1 million subs. What good is that? What good is that? I want y'all to think about that, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for today. Well, for right now. I keep saying today. Yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.